The Local Authorities Elections Amendment Bill of 2015 was passed in the National Assembly at 10 o'clock Wednesday night after all three readings of the bill took place during one sitting. However, the government-piloted bill did not get an easy passage through the House. Opposition Member of Parliament Bishop Juan Edghill was the chief antagonist.
And for a bill to show up today, where in our belief that not even the required time, the 6-day period of notice, was not even observed, in our view, and for it to be asked to go through all three stages today, sir, I think it's a display of the highest level of insensitivity on the part of the government.
Edghill suggested that the bill be sent to a select committee where the 26 clauses could be carefully considered so that the PPPC would have had adequate time. Edghill also proposed amendments through which the people of Guyana would have been able to participate in the discussions.
Because when we're talking about elections, this affects this nation. And in this particular time, when there's a crisis of credibility and a crisis of confidence, as it relates to the conduct of elections in Guyana, at minimum, we should be more sensitive in ensuring that this bill is not hurried through and that we take our time and deal with it, sir.
Opposition member Joseph Hamilton submitted that what was being attempted was the institutionalization of inefficiencies at the level of the Guyana Elections Commission.
Mr. Speaker, we could not, in good faith, support the amendment to allow for an outside date of 15 days for election results to be declared in the local government election. No way. We could not. And the government, if it's serious, could not continue to propose this amendment. Because as I said, what you would be doing, you would be doing the Guyana Elections Commission a disservice.
Hamilton felt that when there's elections in the country, there must be an attempt at all times to ensure that the nation can depend on the constitutional body that is tasked with the running of the elections to deliver with urgency to dispatch the results. Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan, in defense of the government-piloted bill, said what was heard from the arguments advanced by the opposition side suggested that there is marked unconcern for the people's plight. He continued that it is the responsibility of the APNU-FC administration to ensure that the elections are held. He went on to highlight that it appeared that the opposition is reluctant to have the elections held early.
I would like to assure the honorable members that the Guyanese people will not for any longer be treated with disrespect, that we have heard their cries, we feel their pain, and we will discharge our responsibility to allow for them to enjoy their constitutional right to enjoy local democracy.
Minister Bulkan further called for unanimous support for the bill in order for the Guyana Elections Commission to proceed with its plan and to be able to hold the elections at the earliest practicable time. The government side is adamant that despite calls from the opposition to name a date for the elections, it would be irresponsible to do so without consultations from GECOM. Minister Bulkan further called for unanimous support for the bill in order for the Guyana Elections Commission to proceed with its plan and to be able to hold the elections at the earliest practicable time. The government side is adamant that despite calls from the opposition to name a date for the elections, it would be irresponsible to do so without consultations from GECOM. Following those engagements with GECOM, the government has expressed its commitment to work with the earliest date given. The National Assembly has been adjourned until the 15th of October, 2015. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.